this is the North Pavilion at Wentworth Woodhouse. We're on with, we've got a tented scaffold, designed tented scaffold over the job. Now we've just really stripping it back to the bones. So basically we've took all the slate covering off, all the lead work. We've now had it inspected by the engineers. So they're sort of looking at the structural integrity of the existing timbers. It looks a little bit older, looks a little bit tired, but to be honest, it's in very good condition. A lot of the timbers are oak, so they've got they might have the rough face on them, but when you get into it, the engineers are quite happy with it, what it is. We've got a cupola on the top, so again, the windows, they're being taken out, being refurbed, putting back in. We're putting all new LED flashings on. We've took the weather vane, part of this project, there was a weather vane, which we actually took that off, and we've actually lowered it to ground to be able to work on it, so we take risk of working at heights away sort of thing, because it stood another 3.5 metres above the building, so it would potentially make the scaffold even higher. The urns, you can see we've got sort of four urns on this. They're in pretty good condition. We've got one what needs some structural repairs, where it's sort of got a bit of a lean on it, and some of the stones below are crumbling. Again, they're something we naturally, know what to do with them. But generally, we're just basically making it so it's watertight and it's back fit for another 200 years of use. Biggest challenges, I should say really, once now we've got it stripped back, the biggest challenge would have been, or is, making sure we can sort of get everything to work, because one of the biggest problems with the old gutters was they had sort of spots where it was trapping water, and that's what causes some of the ingress. Yeah, again, the clock, it's got a clock with a bell tower, all in pretty good to say. It's been sat there for the last few centuries, just not been working. We've got a specialist who's basically taking the clock apart and the mechanism. One thing what is a plus about it, all the mechanisms there's nothing being robbed. A lot of things you find on these jobs is somebody wants to take a souvenir away from it, and we've got parts of the clock missing. Everything's there, so the specialist, Andrew's, at the moment taking bits off the clock faces, that have you. We've done some analysis with the clock faces to find out what the build-up was and how it was. There are timber surround with a lead face, and then at some point it would have had lead gold encasement, so as I say, it would have had the new ones on. At the moment they are painted, and we're now with the specialists in the Historic England to find out how they want to put them back to how they was. So again, it's lasted 270 years, it'll last that and plus with what we're putting back on really.